Dave, can I ask one question?
Of course.
Who would play young Ken?
Well, so it's funny because when you rattled off your cast list, which was great,
which
it made
none of the people. I'm just sitting there,
that wasn't
Excellent.
for you.
No, that's for our listeners, and I'm glad.
I love that.
But yeah, I love that guy.
And I'm sure Nolan's going to do a great job of putting up pictures of all these people in the video.
Shout out Nolan.
Yeah,
Nolan,
big shout out.
Appreciate you. We love you. Also, we should do this moving forward for all of our reboots. We should definitely cast them, or cast a couple of the roles, because I think it's a lot of fun. We should definitely cast everything. Young Ken would be interesting. My initial thought, just as he's not young anymore, because I'm not as familiar with the super young generation of actors, so it's hard for me to actually cast like a 17-year-old, which I would need to
Google some names for mine.
I would need to do a little bit more research on that before I give a real answer.
Is Troy Bolton available?
Could be. I was this might be a cop out just because he's so famous now and such a great actor, but like a Michael B. Jordan, or someone who has gravitas, someone who could convincingly play a younger version of a Samuel L. Jackson character, which is hard to do, right? There's not a ton of young actors that could really do that, I think. But yeah, that would be fun. That would be maybe we'll do some bonus content for this episode, and we'll do a cast list for Richmond Rising.
David would know how this plays out in real life better than I would. So as I was getting prepped for this. So the original Coach Carter, $76 million in box office. So how does that project out? And maybe in you all's casting decisions of like, I don't know what $76 million means in today's term, or how like a movie exec, I guess I'm that guy, would be like, okay, so $76 million in 2005 projects out to be this. So therefore I'm willing to advance you, whatever. Can you afford a Michael B. Jordan off of
No, it's a great question.
Coach Carter? I don't know what $76 million means in movie terms.
Yeah. Well, first of all, this is a fun reboot unique thing where normally the movie executive would not be asking the people pitching the concept how movie funding works, and how box office numbers work. But this is how we do things here.
Just curious. Just back in the napkin. You got any ideas?
If you guys had any thoughts,
educational for our listeners.
If you had any thoughts, and without diving into the nitty gritty, having not been a movie executive myself, but having been an actor and a creative for a long time. So $76 million in a box office in and of itself doesn't really mean anything. The important things to consider are how much did it cost to make the movie, right? What was the budget to go make the movie in the first place?
Because then did they recoup? Yeah,
if the movie costs $10 million and you made 76, you made a lot of money. That's a good movie. Or, that's done well. It's also important the era, obviously, like inflation, when you're talking about numbers that big, can have a really big, like $76 million would be significantly more right now in 2025 money.
Later,
and it's also, like who's producing the movie, like what studio, is it a big studio movie? Is it like a 20th Century Fox production? Is it like a Paramount Studios production? Or is it like, more of like an indie movie, or, something that's not being funded by a huge studio. So there's less budget available for like a star, like you're saying. I say Michael B. Jordan or someone like that, because when Coach Carter was made in 05, sorry, I forgot. Samuel L. Jackson is an A-list movie star, and he was the lead in this movie. So this was a big studio movie. I don't know I didn't look up the exact budget of this, but like, it's a great call out, because when you're making a big movie like that, overwhelmingly, the thing that's going to get the most butts in seats is having a recognizable star, because that's what people go to the movies for a lot of the time, is to go see movie stars that they love or have heard of before. So it's often worth that investment, where maybe you're paying a fifth, let's say, of the overall budget of the movie to one person. If that one person's going to actually sell all the tickets to the movie and make those $76 million back for you on the back end, it's well worth that investment. So that's a very, very simple dummy version of looking at it, I would say. So let's just say we got the budget. You got the green light. You're a big studio executive. You got the power of Hollywood at your disposal, I would say.
Quickly. It's a MTV film with production co-produced with Tollin and Robbins Productions and distributed by Paramount Pictures. A $30 million budget with a box office of $76.7 million. So they
more than doubled their more than doubled their money back,
right.
which is definitely good. And I would say in today's climate of making movies, that would, you know, it's about like a historical thing, even though we're rebooting it. That would garner a sequel, right? Or that would garner a studio or someone making a movie being like, people like this. There's something here. We should be doing this again to make more money on this.
Fast and Furious 37 coming out this fall.
Exactly.
You know what? As long as people keep streaming and going to go watch those, they will continue to make those until Vin and Co. Oh yeah, why? I mean, it's printing money for those folks. So anyway, that was a nice little great question, Steph.